Hello everybody, welcome. Today we're going to take a look at a game called Project Zomboid. This game was developed by the Indie Stone studio. It is a survival management, action and even some RPG in it. It is mixture of, but it's mainly survival and action packed. Game also offers a multiplayer, which is awesome. We're gonna make a separate video about it, and also contains one of the best modding communities out there. They are containing in thousands of mods. Now, besides all of that, let me show you what this game is all about. So when we start a new game, we will be presented with three options. So these are here are basically your fixed options, as you can see here. There is also custom sandbox, which I suggest you highly to start with. But as you can see here, there are different kind of already pre-built settings. If you choose this, you will be required to pick your spawning location. So it doesn't matter. We're gonna pick, let's say, here. There are basically 5 different times, but I would suggest you to start someone like Rosewood, where it is a smaller place and easier to start. Now we're gonna be presented with a few options. We can set here like how much loot there is, game, can you see everything, and so on. Also there are some here are some things for the mods you can set up if you have mods. After setting this up, we will start the world. Let's say everything is okay here. Now we are making our character. So first thing we want to do is pick his. We have a certain number of points to spend. When we pick a profession, as you can see, we'll spend these points. You can set these points in previous settings to have more of these points. Besides, every occupation will give you something. Like this is game. Police officer gives 3 to aim, 1 nimble, 2 to reload. But some professions like the burglar give special perks, can hotwire vehicles, less chance of breaking lock of a window. So as you can see, this is a special perk unique to his class only. And also there here are some let's say good traits and bad traits. Every one you take, as you can see, has a different thing you need. You can have additional skills, you can have to sleep less, to be brave, less prone to becoming, and everything you add to this will be added here. If you have 0 points, you can continue. So let's say we are gonna take police officer. We're gonna take something, it doesn't matter. And when you make your character, you just press next, choose his appearance. As you can see, I have already, you can pick here hats and so on, and you will be spawned in the world. Now, let's dive deeper in the game. As you can see, just one little side note, there is a lot of just dressing items for the neck, necklace, watches, jackets, and so on. So, as I said, now let's dive deeper in the game. Now, let's talk a little bit about the gameplay. I have loaded my save, so I can show you something. As you can see, we have for the start we're at the open world. This is our crib, and it is large. There are different kind of colors. Let's say different kind of commodities, goods, factories, and so on are marked with different kind of colors. So let's say here we can find food items in the green, in the black is possible tools, and so on. So every map has, you can even draw, if you have pen in your inventory, you can draw around the map different kind of markers. So this part is pretty self-explanatory, but I want to show you the extent of the map. So basically we are in the West Point. Here is a riverside. We have one large town here, one here, and we have one largest town here in this area. You can start with a map that has everything unlocked or not. Now, there are two things first you need to note about this game. Combat in this game is hard, so it contains you can have melee or range weapons or both, whatever. And you're swinging and kicking. I will show you combat in a minute, but it is pretty hard. But also you can crouch, as you can see, and you can sneak. There are, when you press here, there are certain skills we have for our character, which will improve the more we do certain things like cooking, fighting with axe, long blunt, and so on. As you can see, these are your main things, like carpentry for crafting from... You can craft anything in this game, from shelves, counters. There is a amazing kind of things you can build in this game. So you have behind you have cooking. Obviously, you need to feed yourself. As you can see, we are already hungry. We are carrying heavy load at the moment. So here your buffs and debuffs will pop up here. You try to get rid of them and so that everyone burden you a little bit until you cannot move eventually. So this is also important stuff. Working with metal, you can make everything, as you can see, from also from the metal. Tailoring, you can make everything in this game. Everything in the real life that can be made here. Also, there is a protection of your body. Here you will see different kind of wounds where you can put your bandages and so on. Protection from suits, armors, as you can see, for bites and scratches. Also for temperature, there are winter, you can see insulation and so on. So there are lots of things that will differently impact the game. I will show you some of the basic crafting materials, like everything from here. You can just open a box. Everything is, as you can see, these are things for repairing wires. Also, there are a lot of electrical appliances like flashlights, radios. Everything is usable. You can listen to music in this game, watch TV. I just press F and he unpacks light from his bag. Also here you can every building, but there is electricity in the town. You can, as you can see, this game is amazing in this sense. Also there are things like perishable, non-perishable food. You can just take, let's say, this is a military food. We have a lot of junk at the moment, but never mind. Where is it? And you just unpack it, and you can get, there is even a heater, I think, for this. Yes, ration heater, just so you get. So he is now heating ration, and they will give you more calories and so on. You can see here, calories, hunger, fat, proteins. This game is amazing in so many sense. Also, as you can see, you can inspect every item here. You can patch it, add like more armor to it and such, that you can even with the mods smelt armors, weapons and so on. There is a refrigeration system. You can freeze items. As you can see, this one is frozen, this one is fresh, and so on. So besides thirst and water, when the electricity and water are cut off in the world, you can just make your own. There are generators, there are pumps and so on. You can make pretty much everything. Also there is mechanics involving vehicles. As you can see, he has his own storage at 150 units. Also, this is when where your mechanical skills kicks in. As I said, there are lots of different skills. You can replace any part, repair it or whatever. Over the time you will break it with many collisions with the zombies or obstacles or whatever. Also, once again, as you can see here, this is water dispenser. I can empty it and it is not bottomless. It has some capacity. I can also pick it up, carry it, put it into a bag or whatever. I'll show you the combat now. So eventually every weapon will have some reach depending what are you carrying. Also some damage. Some weapons can hit 2 targets, some weapons can 1 target, 3 targets, like crowbar. Also there are different kind of, let's say, tricks zombies use. So they can land with you, they can, depending what kind of zombies you started it. Some can sprint, some cannot, and so on. But basically, you need to pick, if you are going to fight, you need to pick a few zombies at a time, because if you pick more than, let's say, 2, 3, 5 zombies, you'll be in a lot of troubles. They can eat you up pretty easy. It just takes them one nasty bite so you cannot run or you cannot swing your club. And basically they got you. As you can see, I have welded here every window and almost every door. I'm also making additional fence here. So there was an entrance here, but they broke it. There are lots and lots of vehicles in this game. More zombies. Give me a second. More zombies. We're hungry. Also, every swing impacts your hunger, your fatigue, and so on. So keep all of that in mind. This is one of the biggest tracks. Also, it is bad for mods. Also, this trailer. But let me just show you some of the stuff I got at the warehouse on wood. So as you can see here, basically you can also pack it into pallets for the more storage. This game, where is he? This is why I love melee weapons, they knock down so fast. Now, first thing I want to say, this game has a little bit of poor graphics, but this is a game which is in early development for last 10 years and it is not the focus of the game. But it is still relatively okay, especially when you zoom in. There are details and just the graphics is, let's say, of a little less quality, but there is a lot of details. To that area attention has been dealt with. As for the music, game has so good music, only a little bit wider selection, but it fits the game excellently, from the sounds to the music and everything else. Nice, we got them all. Now, as for modding community, this game has one of the biggest modding communities out there is. I think they are in one of the first 2 or 3 modding communities. Just on the Steam there's over like 20k mods, like 20,000, it's incredible. So there is from quality of life to more cars. You cannot imagine the amount of time's up for all the modders. Thank you guys for giving us so much content in this game. I couldn't imagine playing this game without modding it like this. As for the how, we'll make one video on mods, how to mod this game and where to get mods and so on. As for how much this game is addictive, this game is one of the most addictive games I have ever played. Like it is, I don't know, I think like 10 years ago I started playing it and I'm still playing it, and every patch brings new content of incredible sizes. So thanks you guys for constant work, modders and developers. Now guys, as I hope you like this video, share, subscribe if you want to see more of this, and it will reach other people as well more easily. So thank you all for watching and have fun.